Toronto Blue Jays relief pitcher Anthony Bass is creating controversy after sharing an anti-LGBTQS+ video online. Bass shared an Instagram story from another user that encouraged Christians to boycott Target. The retail chain began selling clothing and merchandise as part of its Pride Month celebration, but later moved items off shelves and to different locations in stores after receiving complaints and backlash from some customers. The company said some people were entering the stores, destroying the displays and making threats. Well, the Blue Jays organization released a statement that reads in part, "The Blue Jays are proud to celebrate LGBTQ2S+ Pride Month, including a special 4th annual Pride weekend at the ballpark June 9th and 10th, and demonstrations of allyship all month long around the ballpark. Individual player sentiments are not representative of the club's beliefs." Well, for more on this, we are joined by Kurt Weaver, the Chief Operations Officer for the organization You Can Play. We appreciate your time, Kurt. First off, what's been your initial reaction to this particular sharing of a social media post?
You know, we're disappointed when this kind of thing happens. Anytime a player makes it more about themselves than the team, it's a disappointment to see. I guess we're just heartened by the amount of work going into the Pride Night, into the effort that Jays do year round. We know how much they do, and that's what lifts our spirits.
Are you satisfied with the response from the organization in regards to the fact that individual player sentiments are not representative of the club's beliefs? Does that go far enough, or do you think that there should be some sort of discipline?
You know, discipline and employment is the Jays' purview. We don't really get into that. I would say that it's really nice when a team does follow this up with statements of inclusion, make sure they understand the community is there, make sure they're part of that community, make sure they know the community is involved with them. The Pride Night is one of those indications, and as well, of course, the statements they make are just another kind of indication. But I think the Jays do a great job of this kind of work year-round in the community, and that's why the community organizations around them understand the Jays is an inclusive organization. And even MLB itself has done a great job with this, in recent years with some of their inclusion work.
Well, a lot of these, sports organizations and leagues have been trying to be more inclusive, hosting things like Pride Nights. We spoke, several months ago about the situation regarding the NHL and some of the players boycotting that kind of pregame skate and using the rainbow tape. But I'm curious, what message do you think this sends to, fans of the Blue Jays and people within the LGBTQ community when they see, one of the players wearing the jersey and kind of sharing these kind of beliefs?
Sure. Listen, this is why we exist. A step back is frustrating, but certainly all the steps forward have to be recognized as part of this effort. So just like with, any of the players that in the NHL or this player, it's not this individual step that we can focus on. We have to focus on the long term. When we got going 12 years ago, even one player participating in Pride Night was going to be a win for us. And so to have one player who steps up and makes statements like this, and the rest of the team, the front office, the entire community, the Jays fan base are all going to be on board this effort. That's exciting for us.
This is not an isolated incident. We've seen this not only in, from a Major League Baseball player. We've talked about the NHL incident. We also had, NBA star Kyrie Irving got in a lot of hot water for sharing, a tweet relating to a documentary that was considered to be profoundly anti-Semitic. We're seeing a lot of these kind of situations come about. I'm curious, what are some of your, long-term concerns about, the professional athletes kind of sharing their personal beliefs, which they have the right to, but at the same time, those beliefs might be criticized from not only members of the public, but also the organization itself.
Social media has made it tough for a whole lot of people to engage with the world, right? And I think that players have to be extra careful that they're understanding what they're liking, commenting on, or tweeting out. I also know there are individuals pushing those players to make comments like this in order to then just make challenges, make issues. I think that we have to be more careful as we take these steps forward and as we educate the players. We've reached out to the player and the Jays to offer support and make sure that they understand what this actually means to the community, what this kind of thing does to the community, and how it's not helping to make inclusive baseball or to welcome people into the stadium to watch a great game that we all love. And so I think we have to do extra careful on that front.
Kurt, we got about 30 seconds left. I just want to give you an opportunity to tell a little bit to our viewers a little bit more about your organization and what You Can Play does for inclusiveness.
Sure. Like I said, we're heading into our 12th year of doing this work. We got our start within hockey, but now we're across all different sports, including baseball, and really just about making sure that it's a welcoming and safe place for all participants, athletes, coaches, referees, fans, front office staff, making sure that LGBTQ plus community is included, is welcome, and finds a home within sport, because we all know the benefits and how amazing sport is, and that sport benefit needs to reach across all communities.
Kurt Weaver, Chief Operations Officer for the organization You Can Play. We appreciate your time as always. Thank you.